Good morning everyone, it's Behzad here from Hey World Coder. Welcome back to another video of how to add in Google Map to your Android Studio project. In this video we are going to work on our login layout. As you see, I've prepared the pathway for our project, what we are going to do today. And I am going to go through it quickly about how this works and what we are going to see today. As you see here is we are creating our login layout. I created a question to ask what do we need for this project. We need a login form on top here. If you follow the path, is a login form as an email and password, a link for the user who already forgot their password, a link for a new user, and user interfaces. Now we know what we want and we move into the next step. And the next step is preparing our XML layout. In XML layout, we are going to have two edit boxes to accept entries from the user and two text views to run as a link and a login button. And in the user interfaces of the size, here I write it down as a UI, we need background colors, we need shapes for our edit boxes, and we need colors. Once these two are ready, we move into next step, and the next step is we are going to prepare our codes in a main class. What do we need in our main class? We need a tag for our debugging session. In the main core, we need initializing our view bending here. And once these two are ready, we're moving along, and here we need to convert the relative widgets in XML layout to readable codes. What does that mean? For edit boxes, whatever the user enters to these edit boxes, they will be converted as a document or text, and they are not readable for our Java codes. In that case, we must convert these two entries from the user to strings to be able to read them. Don't worry if you don't get it, I will show you today and I will explain them along the way. Once these two are ready, we're moving on to initializing our Firebase tools. We need some of the Firebase tools to be able to log into our application. Next step is a method to check the entries. Whatever the user puts as email and password, we need to check them and make sure they are correct. And lastly is going to be assigning the forgot password and sign up page link. We are in our login page. On your right hand side corner on top, click on the middle split. And here you see your hard code and a split of what the user is going to see. We are changing the layout to linear layout. The linear layout setup is either works on horizontal or whatever widgets come is going to vertical. We are going to have it vertical. I am in a start tag. Inside the start tag, just write down orientation. It will be vertical. That means whatever we put on, they will sit above each other. Then we are going to give a padding to it as a 20 dp. What padding does, it will leave some space between your parent or edge of your screen to actual the linear layout, which is going to sit inside this screen. We need an edit text. The width, it will be match parent, and height will be 50 dp. What is this edit text is going to do? We need to give an ID to it. User email. Then, as you see, the edit box is ready, but is empty. That means no one knows what have to put here. That's why we are going to give a hint to it. Write down hint as an email. That's perfect. And one thing we have to add now is we have to adjust this edit text to the center of the screen. Just put it as a gravity, layout gravity as a center. So that means this widget always stay in the center of this parent. What else do we need? We need a background as FFF. FFF gives a white background here for now, but today I'm going to create one background and I will show you how it works, and then we can use our default one. Then we need to internal this edit text. We need to give an internal padding to it as well. So just write down a padding as 10 dp. That gives an internal padding to this edit text. So and what is going to accept, it will be input as text email address. That should work. Now copy here, come down, and you're facing error because there are two same exactly widget together with the same ID. So what you do is just change the second num password. So that is going to be password. We're changing the hint to password. And the input will be text password. So that works. Now, as you see here in blue print, they are sticking to each other. So we don't want that. We want some room between them. So just write down margin top as 30 dp. See, here is giving some gap. And this is our email address, which is a stick to the top of the parent. So we need to give some space to that one as well. Just go back to your email one, write down a margin top 150 dp. And that will drag whole edit text down. That works. Now we need a button as a login button. It will be width match parent and height will be 50 dp. That works. Forward slash. Now again, same. We need to give an ID to it. What is going to ID do is user login button. The IDs for your widgets are completely optional, but preferably write it down relative to what they are doing. So then it will be easier for someone else who is going to read your code, or even for yourself when you later on coming back to your layout. Here again, this is sticking to your password. We are going to give some space. It will be margin top. It will be 50 dp. And again, doesn't have any content. We are going to give a text to it as login, and that works. We need two links for user forgot password and new user. Layout width will be wrap content, height will be wrap content, and forward slash. Again, here it needs an ID, user forgot password page, or sorry, link. It's going to be a link. We need to have it in the center of our screen. Write down gravity. Layout gravity will be center, and margin top 30 dp. Yep, that works. Now we have to write down our text. What is this text is going to do? Write down forgot password. Click here. Then we will be text size to 20 dp. Yep, that works. And here in a button, I forgot to write down the gravity for our layout button. Just add up layout gravity as the center of the screen. Then copy this text view, paste it one more time, and here just change the name to new user link. On your left hand side, click on project, open up your app, resources, and on a drawable, just one click on it and right click, go to your new, and we are going to drawable resource file. Here we have to give a file name. So whatever we are going to create right now, we are going to specifically using it for just edit boxes such as email, password, phone number, or whatever you're going to use. So I'm going to rename it. It will be rounded edit boxes. So I know whenever I implement this file to whatever I'm going to use, I know this is will be for edit boxes. The root element, change it to shape with lowercase, and click OK. So now you don't see anything. Go on your top right corner on a splitted window. Let me minimize the project. Copy down here. Copy down here. It will be shape. I am in a start tag. just write down a rectangle. So we are going to give a shape to it. Then coming between two tags, write down corners, radius 10 dp. Let me finish it and I'll explain to you what it does. Solid, color, we are going to have a shape. The shape is going to be look like a rectangle. The corners of this shape, it has going to 10 dp of the radius. That means they're not sharp, they have a little rounded edge. So if I'm going to add it up, you can see the difference. Just let's have a look. The edges have 100 dp rounded text box. So 10 is relatively good enough to doing our job. And then this shape is going to have a color. For now I chose white, but if you are going to change it to whatever color you want, on the left hand side of the corner of your solid, here is hardly to see it, between the number and the edge of your writing code, it has a little colored square box. If you click on it, it will open up a window for you. And in this window, you can choose whatever color you want for edit boxes. For instance, I choose yellow, and it will change yellow. Wherever I implement this color or this shape, it is going to have a yellow background. So now everything is ready. Go back to your login page. So we are in our XML layout in our login page. Come here as a background. Just delete inside and write it down rounded edit box. See here as a drawable came up, and you're going to have yellow background on your application. So we assign it same here in our edit box for background, rounded edit box. So we do have it for our edit boxes. They are good to go. I'll leave it open because we have to change it later on. We need one more for our buttons. Go back again to your project. On your drawable, right click, new. We name it as buttons, colored. Selector is going to be shape, and click OK. Minimize here. Go on your right hand side, split it in. It will be similar. It will be going to be a rectangle. In your start tag, you identify what is going to be the shape of this shape. Then we are between our tags, we have corners, radius, it will be again 10 dp, /. You just basically copy paste whatever you've done here. Then you got solid, and color will be #FFF. We're starting with white. And same, if you're going to change the color, just right click on your left hand side and change the color to whatever you want. We are going to have blue for now. Go back to your login page. In a button section, come down, we are going to give a background to it. And we'll write down buttons for colors. And as you see here, it's been changed. Now our widgets have any color except from our parent. If you're going to give any color to your parent, come up in your start tag here. Below your padding, we just write down background to start with white, because that is the simplest code you can remember. Just right click, left hand side right click, and give whatever color you want to give. Let's say greenish. That does our work, and everything's ready. Go back to your pathway to check what we've done. User interface is already. Now we are going preparing our code in main class, and we have a tag for our debugging and initializing the view bending.